Hey y'all, I'm back with a reaction and some news reporting purposes. I know it's late, real deal, but that's just how it is. Um, let's talk about the update. Want to give you an update on the Americans who survived in Mexico. Oh my God, y'all need to hear the horrific story that they are telling. Okay, make sure y'all smash that like button. I'm not gonna be saying that all the time. But please do. You haven't subscribed, please do. And I'll see y'all at 5:30 in the morning. But the two Americans came, the young lady and the dude, they gonna tell the story how he got shot when he tried to get out the car. They shot him in both legs, how they stitched him up without taking the bullet out, not giving him pain pill. They was treating him terrible. But I'm gonna let them tell you, okay? And their other two friends, remember the other two friends died. Okay, this is CNN news. Okay, if you're looking for it, all right, here you go.
Eric Williams and Latavia Washington McGee joining me now. Thank you so much for being with us. So, what happened when you crossed over?
We turned down this little side road because we was gonna see if that led us to the destination and we was gonna turn around. We heard a car beat the horn and pulled around us. Zendel was in the back seat. He said, "Don't stop." He saw a gun.
We drove through a few streets and corners until we got back on the main street.
Mhm.
And that's when a gang of shooting started. Zendel and Shaheed, they jumped out to run and they were gunned down. They was at Tay window beating on her window with a little gun, probably a 9 millimeter.
Mhm.
And I jumped out of the driver's side. And when I jumped out on the driver's side, that's when I was shot in both legs.
We was on the ground for maybe like 10 minutes after they took everything from us. And I guess whoever told them to just go ahead and bring us with them. That's when they loaded us on the back of the truck.
And your two friends, were they still alive at that point?
They were
They were
alive at
alive.
that point. I couldn't see Shaheed because he was like behind me, but I could see Zendel back. He was hit 2 times and big chunks of meat was gone out of him. And then
Hold up,
we
y'all. Hold
rode
up.
probably
Hold up.
10, 15 more minutes.
Hold up.
And
I want to hear this again. This dude right down here. This dude right here was giving the order what to do. He told them not to stop because he saw a gun. But look what happened when they didn't stop. They got shot up. So either way, it was gonna happen. So let's listen to it again.
McGee joining me now. Thank you so much for being with us. So, what happened when you crossed over?
We turned down this little side road because we was gonna see if that led us to the destination and we was gonna turn around. We heard a car beat the horn and pulled around us. Zendel was in the back seat. He said, "Don't stop." He saw a gun.
we drove through a few streets and corners until we got back on the main street.
Mhm.
And that's when a gang of shooting started. Zendel and Shaheed, they jumped out to run and they were gunned down. They was at Tay window beating on her window with a little gun, probably a 9 millimeter.
Mhm.
And I jumped out of the driver's side. And when I jumped out on the
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. I got to straighten this up real quick. I got messed spelled wrong. Hold on for a minute, y'all. Working so hard. Don't put an E right there. I'm sorry. Whew. Okay, let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I appreciate your patience. Well, I had to move the E and I put an E right there. I don't know how the I got right there. I guess me. Okay. All right. Let's try it again. All right, y'all. Y'all ready? Okay. Let me start up because I want to hear.
so much for being with us. So what happened when you crossed over?
We turned down this little side road because we was gonna see if that led us to the destination, and we was going around. We heard a car beat the horn and pulled around us. Zendel was in the back seat. He said, "Don't stop." He saw a gun.
We drove through a few streets and corners until we got back on the main street.
Mhm.
And that's when a gang of shooting started. Zendel and Shaheed, they jumped out to run and they were gunned down. They was at Tay window beating on her window with a little gun, probably a 9mm.
Mhm.
And I jumped out of the driver's side. And when I jumped out on the driver's side, that's when I was shot in both legs.
We was on the ground for maybe like 10 minutes after they took everything from us. And I guess whoever told them to just go ahead and bring us with them. That's when they loaded us on the back of the truck.
And your two friends, were they still alive at that point?
They were alive at
alive.
that point. I couldn't see Shaheed because he was like behind me, but I could see Zendel back. He was hit 2 times and big chunks of meat was gone out of him. And then we rode probably 10, 15 more minutes and we got to the spot where they was taking us, the investigator or interrogator us, Mark. And that's when Shaheed said, "I love y'all, I'm gone." And he died right there.
Those
in
were
the
his
back
last
of the
words.
truck. Yeah, that he loved us and he was gone. That was the last thing he said.
And that was in the back of the pickup.
Yes, sir.
Were you able to say anything to him, or?
I just told him I was sorry.
So you finally arrive at this destination. What was it? It was a.
It was a house with a lot of Mexicans outside with guns.
Putting on Diablo mask, red plastic mask.
They put masks on?
Yeah, it was putting the guns to our head, telling us not to look up, things like that.
Had you gotten any kind of medical treatment?
The cartel took us to a clinic after we left from the spot where they was questioning us at.
They told us, they was like, I guess after they kept asking us and our answers never changed. They said, well, we're gonna get y'all some help.
And what kind of treatment did they give you?
They put my leg on a 2x4 and then they stitched it up.
They just stitched it up?
Right.
Did they give you?
No pain medicine or nothing. They just stitched it up. And it might have not even been later that same day, all the stitches bust out.
Did they check to see if the bullet was still inside or anything like that?
No, sir. After they stitched it, they took some I guess gauze, and they put the 2x4 board under there, and they was wrapping it around like that. And I was telling them the 2x4 was hitting me in the back of my leg, and it was killing me. So they took away the 2x4.
What about Zendel?
Me and him was in the room together, and he was fighting for his life, and they ain't do nothing.
They didn't do anything to treat him.
Mm-mm.
Was he conscious? Were you able to talk to him?
Yeah. I talked to him the whole time.
What do you say in a situation like that?
I just told him I'm sorry because I asked him to come with me. And he was like, "It's okay, I'm your brother. I'm supposed to be there for you. I love you."
And is that where he died?
They told, after he didn't fight so long, they was like, they was gonna take him to the hospital. Then they came back like maybe an hour later and it was like he was dead.
So all this time, I mean, there's guys with guns around you, guarding you.
Right.
They was like, we had to stay there for them to investigate us and different things. And like one of them was sitting by a chair, like where you sitting to, and he was looking at something on his phone. And I can remember the sound of that day of when it happened. Like I could remember the gunshots, the noise, and I heard it. And I asked him, I said, "Excuse me, is that us?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "Can I see it?" And he's like, "Hold on." And he turned the phone around and it showed a video of us being kidnapped and stuff like that.
One of the gunmen actually showed you the video that we've all seen of you being kidnapped on the street.
Mhm.
That's surreal. I mean, what was that like?
I just started crying. It's like I'm never going home.
Did it in any way help you to know that this video was out there, that people
Yes,
at least
It
knew?
felt. I thought maybe it was just out in Mexico. I didn't know that it hadn't reached the
To
States.
the United States, right?
So I felt a little better. Like I just didn't know our families knew anything that happened to us.
You're a woman in custody with cartel gunmen. Were they threatening to you in violence, in sexual violence? I mean,
Yeah, they said all that stuff, all that.
they did.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to make us have sex with each other,
And we
but
told them we was brothers
we
and sisters.
brother and sister, and that she was pregnant.
Wait a minute. They tried to make you have sex with each other.
Mhm.
What did they say to you?
They was like, "What are y'all?" We said brothers and sisters, and they was like, "Have sex with each other." I was like, "No, these are my brothers. I'm pregnant."
Wow.
My name is Steva Smart,
Whoa,
and I'm the
whoa. That's the update, y'all. That's the update. Wow. Did y'all hear that? Y'all saw that? Whoa. That's all I got right there, y'all, with the update. Let me see what we're gonna come on after that. Let me see. Ooh, wait. They tried to make them. Ooh, wait. This is sad. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I found this, y'all. Told y'all I'd be fancy some stuff. What is this? Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
All right, we've got some sad breaking news to report about the 4 U.S. citizens who were abducted in Mexico last Friday. This news coming to us according to the local governor in Mexico. 2 of those Americans are now dead. The group was kidnapped by a cartel in a northern border city. Relatives of the victims say they traveled into Mexico for medical procedures. Authorities believe the group might have been mistaken for drug smugglers. CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca is in Brownsville, Texas. That's just over the border where those Americans were kidnapped. Omar, thanks for joining us on such short notice.
Lord.
What can you tell us about what the governor in that state of Mexico has said?
And I want to add a little bit to that attribution, Vlad. It was the governor of Tamaulipas and also the attorney general of Tamaulipas have both reported that 2 of the 4 Americans, as you mentioned, who were kidnapped, were killed. Another one of those, the third American, was injured. We do not know the condition of that American, and another one was not hurt. Now, here's what we're trying to figure out: who has passed away and who is injured.
Okay, we already seen this, y'all. I just want to come in here and give y'all the update, on what happened. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. I'm gone tonight. Ooh, wait.